Aye, this is Papa Mystique. I like to greet everyone, all the lacus, habitations, all the voodoo communities, all Haitian people, everyone in general. Aye, Today is Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, we honor and show respect to Ejeli Dantor. Her color is blue, her planet is Mars. If you haven't tuned in already, our newest episode of Mysteries of Haitian Voodoo, the podcast, has been released, and we are speaking on the Mouchwa. We talk about what a Mouchwa is, how to make it sacred, the importance, the significance of a Mouchwa. I just want to talk a little bit about it. When we buy a Mouchwa, which is a spiritual head wrap, this is a spiritual head wrap, but we call it a Mouchwa in Creole. When we buy them to use them in voodoo, we must make them sacred. When we buy a Mouchwa, the Mouchwas come in many different colors. The Mouchwa actually represent the Loa, which are the spirits in Haitian voodoo. When you buy Mouchwa from the store, it's just a piece of fabric. Until you make it sacred, it's just a piece of fabric. It is once you make the Mouchwa sacred that it is used to honor and respect the Loa. So we go through the process of making it sacred. Before making a Mouchwa sacred, we must determine the color that we are going to use. As I've stated in an earlier video, the color is associated with a particular Loa. Red symbolizes victory. Yellow symbolizes healing. Each color Mouchwa that we have symbolizes something. And we have over 400 Loa and 21 nations. And each Loa has a color. Red is Ogu. Yellow is Tijan. Blue is Dantor. But we also have a lot of Loa that use different colors as well. So a Loa may not be restricted to one color. A Loa may have several different colors. When we go to make a Mouchwa sacred, we have to determine if we are going to make it sacred to one specific Loa or to an entire branch of Loa that use the same color. So that is why it is recommended that when we purchase a Mouchwa, so if you purchase a red Mouchwa, it's recommended that you buy more than one. If you can buy 3, buy 3. If you can buy 7, buy 7. If you can buy 21, buy 21 of the same color, because we have many different Loa that use the same color. And so it is a sign of respect when you could use a Mouchwa for one particular Loa. Because when you go to make it sacred, you're going to make it particular to that particular Loa. But if you can only afford one of that color, then it is recommended not to make it sacred to a particular Loa, but to all the Loa that use that color. And that goes for all 21 nations and colors. When you are making the Mouchwa sacred, you take the Mouchwa and you say, I am making you sacred for all the Loa that ties their head with this color. And you do this for all 4 points of the Mouchwa. All 4 corners, all 4 points of the Mouchwa, you're going to say this. That you're making it sacred for all the Loa that uses color. If you have more than one, then you can do it for that one particular Loa. The 4 points represent the mother, the father, the dead, and yourself. It also represents fire, water, wind, and earth. When you make the Mouchwa sacred, you must also put a God, that's a G-A-D, God on the Mouchwa, which is a form of protection. This is a secret that you put on the Mouchwa. And this secret that you put on the Mouchwa is so that if you were to lose this Mouchwa after making it sacred, if you were to lose the Mouchwa and somebody else got it and they wanted to do something bad with you by using your Mouchwa, they wouldn't be able to do it because the Mouchwa has a God on it. It is protected. When we are making the Mouchwa sacred, there are several things that we will need. First, we will need some hombre. If you don't know what this is, hit me up in the comments. I will let you know what this is. But we use this a lot in Voodoo. The Loa love it. The other thing you'll need is Florida water. This is something else that we use a lot of. The Loa love this too. Then for particular wa, like Ezili Danto, you use Rêve d'Or. I'll show you guys that in a future video. Some people use powder as well. All of these things people use to make the Mouchwa sacred. Now, we always mark these Mouchwa. And when we mark the Mouchwa, we use a brand new big pen. And when we mark them, we either put a star or a cross on the shiny side on each corner. If you want to see a video of how to make a Mouchwa sacred, let me know in the comments. I will do the demonstration for you. And that way you could know that whenever you get a Mouchwa, you can make it sacred for yourself. You can also put a protection called a God on the Mouchwa to protect you from anyone that ever gets a hold of your Mouchwa and tries to do something to you. I want to thank everybody for listening. Ayi Bobo.